U.S. American. I guess it would really just be like you live here and that you've experienced the culture just because, like, you can't really define it other than that because some people's families have been here for like hundreds of years, and like my family has only been here for like this generation. I'm the first person born in America in my family. Not first person, but like first generation of people born in America. Um, and so it's really hard to define, and I would just say someone who is born, well, not born here, no, not true, has lived here a super long time and has experienced the
For
culture.
me, it means it says, what does it mean to be a American?
U.S. American.
U.S. American, thank you, because I would challenge being an American because there's a lot of Americans, and it's not just in the United States. But as a U.S.er, I think it means, as a white female USer, I think it means to be and educated. I'm pretty privileged, so I think for me it means a lot of privilege. It means a lot of opportunities, and it means a lot of ability to do basically what I want when I want. So I'm pretty lucky. But I think being a different kind of U.S. American would mean different
To
things.
be a U.S. American means to me that we can vote. We live in a country that we are innovators, and we strive to continue to make progress. So I think what it means is that the work is never done, and that there are a lot of multiple perspectives in the United States of America, and I think that everybody has something to add, everybody has something to give, and we can appreciate all of those unique perspectives.
One thing that comes to mind would be privilege. It's a privilege to living in America that we all possess. And maybe responsibility to do more of what we have to help more people.
I think being a U.S. American means a lot of things depending on where you are in the world. To me, it means that I get to enjoy certain freedoms that people living in other countries do not, and especially being a female. And when I travel to other countries, though, being a U.S. American can not always be the best thing. Sometimes it can almost hinder your experience because of the different, sometimes stereotypes that people have about Americans. Sometimes they're true, but when they're touring other countries or visiting other countries.
I think first, technically, it means that you were born here, that you have an American citizenship, which at the time I do not. But I've been here for half of my life, so I do consider myself an American. And I think it means that you have, liberties and freedoms afforded to you because you have the ability to call yourself an American. And so it means having the ability to vote. It means the ability to go into buildings in which an ID is required, and you have ability to prove that. Because there were many years in which I didn't. It means having the ability to go visit relatives who are in jail or people you care about who are in jail, and you have the ability to walk into a building because being an American citizen in this case allows you to do so. So I think it provides you a lot of privilege. It does provide you a lot of access. It does provide you a lot of freedoms. And so I think that's what it means to me.
Well, first of all, I kind of agree with what Martin Luther King said. We have to be true to what it says on paper. On paper, we have the greatest political document ever, the Constitution. But as everybody knows, it wasn't applied to everybody equally. But I'm proud to be an American. I just wish that everybody was treated the same, but we aren't. But that's we have to continue to deal with that. But America is a good country. I'm very fortunate to have gone to communist countries. I went to China and talked to real people about their day-to-day lives and living in America. The freedoms that we have in America, very few countries can match it at all. There are billions of people that live under conditions that are totally different than the freedoms we have in America. So is it perfect? Nope. but it's a lot better than
U.S.
a lot of.
American. They should be U.S. citizen. I guess it means to be unique in a sense, because none one American is the same. Everybody is diverse. Everybody's different. You have your own attitude. You have your own style. You have your own way of life. I guess what it means to be American is to be unique.
The best thing about living in America, it's probably the diversity of not only like backgrounds but opinions. Like everyone has such different opinions, and like a bunch of people's opinions come from different like racial backgrounds, but also like economic backgrounds, or like anything, like sexual orientation, political, like, I'm sorry, I can't think of anything. Political, what's the word for it? Party. Like so many different opinions that come from so many different places. It's just, yeah, really interesting.
Living in America, I think is just like I said, as a white woman, to be able to be educated, to marry who I want to marry, to have kids, to live where I want to live, basically, to go to school. And I think I pretty much. I'm just fortunate to pretty much live a life that I choose to live.
Living in America, I would say the best thing is being able to raise my kids in a country that does have freedom and that we get to vote.
The opportunities, there are a lot of, we do have more opportunities here than anywhere else in the world, maybe. Also the potential that our country has to do great things. We all put our minds to it. It doesn't happen as often as it should, but there's a great deal of potential there.
The best thing about living in America, to me, is again probably the freedom that I enjoy. You know, being able to decide, you know, as a mom, if I want to work outside the home, and the different freedoms that I have religiously, and my rights in voting and things like that. So I think it's, you know, the rights that I have, especially as a woman and a mother and things like that.
You know, I grew up in Mexico, and in Mexico there was a lot of socioeconomic diversity, but there was not a lot of racial diversity or religious diversity. And so I think one of the things that I appreciate most about living in the U.S. and is that piece of like, I've seen so many cultures, people from so many races, people from so many backgrounds, and I've learned so much about them. And I've gotten to see a more human side to all of us. The fact that we're very different, we might speak different languages, have different beliefs. Like, it's really nice to, like, at the core of human existence, we're all looking for love and belonging and acceptance, and to be cared for, and to also be productive and give back. So I think that's what I've really enjoyed about this country, really getting to know people from so many different places, and just seeing that we're very.
I would say the freedoms, Duncan, the freedom of movement. We have the right, the freedom of speech. We, all of the 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, we enjoy them. There are many, many, many people. I mean, as sick as I am, sick and tired of this, the presidential race, there are billions of people who never vote, because in their society that doesn't exist. So that's an example of something that I think is very important, something that we shouldn't take lightly, and something that other people don't experience.
Best thing about living in America, I would have to say, is the lifestyle, I guess. Yeah, after high school, you have your own choices to make. You can go to college, not go to college, become a musician, become an artist, do whatever you want. I understand some other countries doesn't have that, so I'm guessing that's what I like about the American lifestyle.